Another massive monsoon storm sweeping through the valley on this Sunday night. This video from a viewer here in Phoenix capturing the storm's wrath whipping through her yard. You have seen it if you've been out on the roads or even just peeking out your windows. We had our chopper up about 90 minutes ago capturing all of this lightning. One of our photojournalists strung together a time lapse of all the lightning he saw while driving around the East Valley. Quite the show to see. We've also got a time lapse here from an ADOT traffic camera on the US 60 at Higley looking east. It starts out sunny, but then you see it starts to get a little dusty and then sprinkles moving in on the lens.
Yeah, very interesting how this storm spilled out off the mountains up near Fountain Hills as it came down around the Beeline Highway this afternoon. And it sort of made a donut effect around the valley. Heavier showers to the north and also to the south of the valley, but not too much in the center of the valley. So it was a very interesting storm.
Steve, stay right there. We're coming right back to you. We do have reporters in the North and East Valley tonight where the weather has and is causing problems. It's also created some opportunities for fun for folks. Sean Klein and Allison Blair, we're going to be checking in with you guys in just a moment. But first, we want to show you some of the video that you have been sharing with us tonight. Here in Phoenix first, looking west from Central and Encanto, dark skies, bright lightning, and a lot of wind there, too. Now, we found some intense lightning. Look at this. Here in Glendale, this video shot near 59th Avenue and Thunderbird. That went on for quite a while for people there. Right as the sun was setting, plenty of rain here in Chandler as homes were seeing the rain just run off of the rooftops and onto the streets. The rain pretty heavy up in the New River area. Look at this backyard. The plants there getting a good soaking, those big fat raindrops there. And from that same house a short time later, the rain gave way to a lot of lightning, just lighting up the sky there. Now, here's what the dust storm looked like as it kicked up in neighborhoods in Gilbert, this near Ray and Val Vista. The clear skies quickly turning brown and hazy, and then we'll take you over to the Santan Mall. Check that out. All the dust out there as these people were driving home. Of course, always a good idea to get out of these storms' ways as soon as they come in. Not far away from that, look at the dust cloud here that this viewer sent in to us. Higley and Baseline, this is where Lindsay was standing when she snapped that picture. Even a rainbow enveloping that dust. Nicely done there with that pic, Lindsay. And thanks to the Gilbert Fire Department in the right spot at the right time, as they always are, taking this amazing photo of a lightning strike. We, of course, thank them and all the fire departments for all their hard work during these storms. Well, parts of Mesa saw some much needed rain tonight with that wet weather. Came some pretty strong wind gusts as well. CBS 5's Allison Blair joins us live near Sosaman in Southern with a look at some of the damage there. Allison.
Adam, when we first got here, there was a good amount of rain on the street and in people's yards. It's since drained off. Trees like this one have also toppled over. Just before 7 Sunday night, a wall of dust rolled into Mesa. This was our view near Gilbert Road and the US 60. As the wind picked up, it brought with it lightning and showers off in the distance. Our cameras captured a rainbow peeking through the dust. On the roadways, ADOT warned drivers near the US 60 and Greenfield to use caution as rain fell fast. Gracie Ramirez was in Apache Junction when the storm hit.
It was actually really loud. I got a little scared. The biggest one we've had this year, I think.
James Patrick called the storm a welcome sight.
Yeah, we definitely needed some rain around here.
At last check, SRP is reporting only about 150 customers without power. We're live in Mesa tonight. Allison Blair, CBS 5 News.
Allison, thank you. And we want to take you to some damage tonight. Other damage, this is the parking lot of a Fry's where a tree came down at 7th Avenue and Bell. You can see blocking part of the entrance to that store. No word if anyone was hurt or not. Now to the North Valley where a car got stuck in a wash and some homes having trouble with the lights. Sean Klein live near I-17 in Joe Max. What's going on there, Sean?
Well, Adam, there was a truck stuck in the wash here just down the road. It's a little bit dark, so we're going to show you video of what this looked like just moments ago. Take a look here. This was a white Excursion that got stuck in this wash, and there wasn't a lot of water there. It was all standing water, too, and we're told only about 5 to 6 inches of it. But that was enough to stall the engine on this truck. Fire crews were called out here to help out, but they called off that rescue attempt. No one here was injured. And just a few miles away from here, take a look at this video from our chopper. You can see the flares in the roadway. That's where a power pole was bent over. Take a look at what we saw on the ground there. That pole was leaning over at a 45-degree angle, and those wires, yeah, they were live. I could hear them zapping before crews got to work on it. And power companies reported up to 500 customers tonight were without power. And that's due to some of those down lines and that stretched power pole you just saw there. Now back here live, no injuries reported on any of these incidents, but we've seen a lot of lightning. Many of you across the valley have been treated to a light show tonight with that lightning. We're still seeing some strikes here in the North Valley. We're reporting live, Sean Klein, CBS 5 News.
Thanks, Sean. A lot of that lightning now working its way further to the west as the storm works its way out of the valley, pretty much following Interstate 10 to the west of us. You can see the heavier storms out here in the open desert area, and we're not expecting any major heavy downpours to get back into the valley. Still, this is the heaviest section. They had rainfall right up here in the northern section, and just along north of the 101 and I-17. Some Doppler estimated rainfall totals are in the inch to 2-inch range, about 1.5 inches as well as you went up towards Cave Creek Road. Also out there in northern sections of Scottsdale, about ½ an inch of rain reported over there. Down in the southeast valley, over at the Chandler Air Park, they had almost ½ an inch of rain there officially at the airport, but Doppler estimated rainfall totals anywhere from 1/3 to about 6/10 of an inch of rain. So definitely was an active storm, but as you can see, it's moved out of the valley, and now it's going to the west of us. More coming up with the forecast in a few minutes.
Steve, thank you. Well, how frightening is this? In the middle of all this weather we've been having tonight, sheriff's deputies got a call about a missing boat out on Lake Pleasant. A boat capsized, apparently, when the weather swooped in. 3 girls and a man were on that boat. They were all wearing life vests. Now, the girls made it to shore, but they lost track of the man. A search boat, we're told, did find him. He is okay. Well, now some other people sent us this video while they were out on Lake Pleasant tonight. Listen to that wind. They said they had no idea that storm was coming in. They put the boat in high gear to try and get back quickly to the marina. The stormy weather not just affecting us here in the valley. Check out what Harriet Heberger sent us. Looks like pink rain coming down in Prescott. Check out how the sunset just beaming through that tunnel of rain over in Chino Valley. Another impressive pic by viewer Kathy West. The shape of that cloud with that isolated rain coming down below. Great pictures. We are so thankful to all of you who help make our newscast better tonight. Whenever you see weather, and of course when it's safe, send us your video and pictures. You can put them on our website, cbs5az.com, or even on our Facebook page, where we got a lot of those tonight, cbs5az.com, or our new updated mobile app. Well, we've got breaking news we're following tonight from Ferguson, Missouri, where confrontations continue between protesters and police. And the family of Michael Brown says a private autopsy shows he was shot 6 times. These live pictures coming into us from Ferguson right now, where again it's just after the curfew. Reporter Omar Villafranca brings us up to speed.
The streets of Ferguson were far from quiet Sunday night before the second night of an imposed midnight curfew. Police fired tear gas into the crowd. Protesters hurled rocks as smoke filled the air. Hours earlier, hundreds turned out for an emotional show of support for the parents of Michael Brown. A white police officer shot and killed the 18-year-old last weekend. Brown's family is demanding justice.
They just want what anybody else would want if their children was shot down in broad daylight. A fair and impartial investigation.
The unarmed teen was shot shortly after he was recorded on surveillance video committing a robbery at a nearby convenience store. Police say Officer Darren Wilson shot Brown after an altercation that left the officer injured. Witnesses say Brown's arms were up in the air when he was shot.
You are violating the state-imposed curfew.
Saturday, Governor Jay Nixon declared a state of emergency and ordered a curfew, but at least 7 protesters were arrested early Sunday and police used tear gas.
President Obama has been getting regular briefings on the situation here. On Monday, he'll interrupt his vacation to discuss the tensions between protesters and police with advisors at the White House.
On Sunday, Attorney General Eric Holder ordered a federal medical examiner to perform another autopsy on Michael Brown. The curfew, in effect once again, runs from midnight to 5 a.m. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, Ferguson, Missouri.
Updating you now on a horrible accident we reported on earlier this evening at 28th Avenue in Indian School. 2 children and 2 adults, all in critical condition right now. It appears the car drove into a tree in the median of the road. The kids in the car weren't wearing seat belts and were ejected from the vehicle. Well, still a lot of questions surrounding the sudden drowning of a 15-year-old Phoenix boy last night. Trevin Brown was swimming with a group of friends with several adults nearby. His father told us today his son's friends turned around for a few seconds, and when they turned back, Trevin was under the water. They did CPR until firefighters took him to the hospital. The father hopes an autopsy will hopefully shed some light on what happened. A flooded wash in Tucson swept a car downstream, pinning it under a bridge. The 2 people in that car forced onto the roof after the floodwaters rose up to the car's windshield. When firefighters showed up, they actually used that bridge to their advantage, lowering a 14-foot ladder straight down, allowing those 2 people to climb to safety. Fast forward to tomorrow now, when there's some big changes coming to Phoenix's parking meters. Starting at 8 a.m., meters will now be enforced until 10 at night, and that's 7 days a week, including holidays. Rates will stay the same at $1.50 an hour, but starting later this fall, the city will start an adjustable rate system where the meters will cost anywhere from 50 cents to $4 an hour, depending on how busy it is in the area and if there are any special events taking place. Next at 10, a week ago, tragedy on this racetrack in upstate New York. Now the racing community came together to remember. And problems at ASU before school even starts. Too many freshmen, not enough dorm rooms. What does that mean? Room service and housekeeping for a lot of them. And time for you to pick it. You want to see a sand sculpture competition? How about a kid throwing back the foul ball or LeBron James ice bucket challenge? We're going to tally up your votes over the next 10 minutes. We want to see. Tweet to me at Adam Longo, CBS 5. Your vote, and the one with the most votes wins. That's the one you'll see at the end of the show.
The Ice Bucket Challenge sweeping social media. Even we couldn't escape it. Now the rest of our CBS 5 Morning News crew is being called out. Who will be brave enough to step up to the challenge? Monday on CBS 5 Morning News.
Join Circle K Rewards today.
Election Day.
Coming up, Flickledorf's re-ting-ting in the statewide elections. Rock.
Mood. State representative.
The only voice in your head this election season should be your own. Get the facts and vote with confidence. Visit azcleanelections.gov.
The Cadillac Summer Collection is here.
During the Cadillac Summer's Best event, current GM competitive luxury lessees can lease this 2014 SRX for around $329 a month or purchase with 0% APR. Visit your Valley Cadillac dealer.
Want to experience that yes feeling for yourself? Then you've got to get to the new Conn's Home Plus in Phoenix. All 7 area stores are celebrating with huge savings store-wide. Plus, 0% interest for 24 months on select purchases. Just go to cons.com to apply and get approved for your yes money. Then get to the new Conn's Home Plus at Metro Marketplace in Phoenix. Because yes is a great feeling.
If your car's side glass gets broken, trust Safe Flight. Safe Flight has more glass in stock than anyone, and we'll get you back on your way fast.
Thank you so much.
Good as new.
That's another Safe Flight advantage.
Safe Flight Repair, Safe Flight Replace.
Arizonans are struggling. Unemployment, underemployment. Would you like to snap your fingers and get a raise? Scott Smith would. As mayor, Smith voted to almost double his salary, making him one of the highest paid elected officials in the state. Smith wanted more tax dollars in his pocket. Maybe that's why his businesses didn't pay their own taxes. Can we really trust Smith with more Arizona tax dollars? Scott Smith didn't deserve a raise, and he doesn't deserve a promotion.
CBS 5 News is brought to you by More Furniture. You're watching CBS 5 News. Straightforward reporting, no spin, telling it like it is.
1 week after the tragic death of sprint car race driver Kevin Ward Jr., cars were back out on the track at Canandaigua in New York, and drivers and fans were all paying tribute in different ways. Last Saturday night, Ward was hit and killed by a car driven by NASCAR star Tony Stewart. Fans last night holding orange glow sticks in remembrance and solidarity. The sheriff's office there in New York still investigating the incident. Stewart hasn't raced since the accident and hasn't been seen publicly. Mexican Marines captured the world's #1 fugitive. But there's still a lot of doubt over whether or not they got the right guy. Drug kingpin Joaquin El Chapo Guzman was allegedly taken into custody in February in the resort town of Mazatlan. Guzman, the head of the infamous Sinaloa drug cartel. A documentary filmmaker is exploring his capture and the mystery surrounding many doubts that Guzman is actually behind bars.
They took a national poll in Mexico with the citizens. 42% think it's him, 42% think it's not him, 16% are not sure.
The film Es El Chapo debuts this Friday at the Harkins Valley Art in Tempe. If you want to see the trailer or my full interview with Charlie Min, you can log on right now to CBS5AZ.com. It is move-in day for Sun Devils at ASU, and this year the college is reporting a record number of students staying on campus. Just one problem. There's not enough room for all of them. Around 200 students were overbooked at campus dorm rooms, and the school is putting them up in hotels. Even though some of those hotels went past capacity today, students had to put their move-in plans on hold. But ASU says everyone should have a bed tonight, even if it's not on campus. So at least they didn't have to move in and deal with what a lot of us dealt with tonight, which was the rain, the wind. But a lot of people, they got the light show. They got the wind, but they didn't get any of the rain.
This is the wonderful thing about the monsoon. You can see all the beauty of it and hardly have any effect in terms of rainfall or wind on your house.
Some people might argue that that's not so wonderful.
Well, you know, it is. If you want rain, I mean, there were pockets of very heavy rain, as we showed you, down in southern sections of Chandler, out towards Apache Junction, and also to the north of the valley. We had a lot of rainfall definitely happening up just along I-17, and you can see where that red area is by Anthem. You got a lot of rain up there. Doppler estimated rainfall totals over an inch, but officially on the gauges I saw one at 79/100ths of an inch. So that's almost 3/4 of an inch of rain that fell in less than about an hour and a half's time period. And now all this activity is sliding further to the west, away from us, out towards Blythe, and you folks out there in Quartzsite and down towards Yuma will see some action probably later tonight, although these storms are beginning to weaken substantially. Here's what they looked like earlier when they rolled their way through the North Valley with all the lightning and heavy downpours, also in northern sections of Scottsdale. And folks out to the south of us saw some rainfall as well down in Pinal County and Pima County. Now, here's the latest Live 5 Doppler image, and I'll zoom you in right around here. You can see the lightning strike count. One thing I watch on these storms is look what's happening over the last hour on this lightning strike counter. It's going down, and that's a good indication that these storms are weakening. So folks out there in the Quartzsite area and out towards Blythe, I don't think they're going to be very severe. There'll be some storms, but they're weakening tonight as they head a little further to the east. Here is what's going to happen tomorrow in the valley in terms of our pinpoint day planner. We'll call it mostly sunny to partly cloudy in the morning hours. Temperatures warming up out of the upper 80s in the morning to about 100 degrees. It's going to be another pretty hot day, but we have a lot of moisture still in place, and so still a possibility of showers and thunderstorms developing in the daytime heating here in the valley. So watch out again. We do think that monsoon moisture will return tomorrow and again on Tuesday, bringing us scattered to even widespread showers and thunderstorms. Look where we topped out today, 5 degrees above the normal of 104 with our high of 109 today and the record 114, so back in 2013. All right, here's a satellite and radar picture. Two players in the systems or in the moisture flow that's coming up. We have a high pressure area back to the east of us and a little low off the coast of California, which is helping to squeeze or push some of this moisture up from the south. And that flow is going to continue. In fact, it's going to increase a little bit more tomorrow and Tuesday, and that's indicated on Futurecast as well. As you can see, that yellow and orange area indicating a pretty good strong monsoon moisture flow coming up out of the south, and the high country will get some isolated strong to even severe thunderstorms, as well as portions of the valley could once again see those thunderstorms spill out off the mountains into the area. Overnight lows tonight down to 64 in Prescott, 62 in Payson, 53 in Flagstaff, and 80 in Casa Grande. Here are your forecast highs for tomorrow. 104 in town, as we mentioned, upper 80s up there in Payson, 83 in Show Low, 96 over there in Safford, and 79 in Flagstaff. All right, 7-day forecast for you. You can see that increasing chance of showers going into tomorrow. And then we'll get more clouds and slightly cooler temperatures on Tuesday. I'm talking 90s for daytime highs. Looks pretty comfortable if you like it. Just a bit cooler coming up Tuesday into Wednesday. And then we dry out and warm back up by the end of the work week.
Thank you, Stunning Steve. The Arizona Cardinals with a lot to like in preseason game number 2, except the final score. Down south, the Diamondbacks looking for a split of a 4-game set. Plus, the Phoenix Mercury head to the playoffs in style. Tonight, they handled the Storm and set a new WNBA record. The ladies getting it done. Sports is next.
CBS News is brought to you by the Citizens Clean Elections Commission.
It was supposed to be date night, just the two of you out on the town. Then the babysitter canceled and suddenly it was date night with the kids. But you knew where to go, Mom. Peter Piper Pizza, where you could all have a good time and eventually you'd get some alone time. Well, sort of. Go big, go XL. For a limited time, get our Extra XL deal with 2 extra large one-topping pizzas for just $23.99. Peter Piper Pizza. Everyone grab a slice.
Go for the looks, go for the style. At Ross, you don't have to spend a lot to get a lot. This outfit is $71 at department stores, but if you want it for less than $38, you gotta go to Ross.
Doug Ducey says, judge me by my business record. Okay, here are the stone cold facts. Hundreds of Ducey's franchises started with loans backed by the federal government. That means you and me. 46% of these taxpayer guaranteed loans went unpaid when the businesses failed. Ducey pocketed millions in franchise fees. Taxpayers lost millions to pay the money back. Ducey's business record? A costly taxpayer bailout. Doug Ducey didn't deserve our money. He doesn't deserve our vote.
Are you watching a movie?
No, I'm just setting the DVR to record your favorite show.
Don't get caught missing a moment of the action. CenturyLink Prism TV lets you watch top entertainment and schedule recordings all from your tablet or smartphone, which makes Prism a thrilling alternative to cable. Call and switch today.
There's a place that doesn't just have it all, it has more of it all. Lone Butte Casino, where there's more of everything you love. More action, more flavor, more choices, more celebrations, and that all means more fun. But most of all, there's more winning moments. Like your chance to knock down up to $25,000 during Strike It Rich. Let the good times roll and score your share of cash every Thursday in August from 6 to 9 p.m. Only at Lone Butte Casino.
Kids grow up fast, and no matter what size they are, Ross has a huge selection of the top brands to fit them and your budget. Like this outfit, $66 at department stores. But if you want it for less than half, you gotta go to Ross.
Just into the CBS 5 newsroom, some good news to share with you about a missing teen in Mesa. Because of reports on the media, Armando Lopez here has been found safe and sound. He left his house this morning. It was a parent of the friend that found him hanging around and called police. Joe.
CBS 5 Sports is brought to you by CenturyLink Prism.
The beach air, quality food, and great visuals of Miami can entice the masses. The Diamondbacks have no desire to go back to South Florida anytime soon. The squad didn't hit or pitch good enough, dropping 3 of 4. The weekend finale at Marlins Park, Josh Colmenter in trouble in the first, 2 on for John Carlos Stanton. A mountain of a man coming into his own, his major league leading 32nd homer, 4 RBIs on the afternoon. 2 batters later, Garrett Jones at the dish. Hanger gets blasted out of the park as well. D-backs down 4-0 after 1. Colmenter lasted only 4 innings, giving up 5 runs. D-backs pulled within 3, but the Fish blow it open with a 5-run 7th, rolling 10-3. At Seattle, the Mercury going for the WNBA's regular season win record. Brittany Griner, such a force down low, a game-high 18 points. BG getting it done. Earlier in the day, Candace Dupree agreed to a multi-year contract extension, add 16. Phoenix gets the record-setting 29th win, 78-65. They open the best-of-3 playoffs Friday at home against the Sparks. The Cardinals' preseason loss to the Vikings won't have the coaches losing sleep. A lot to enjoy, like the first-team offense once again scoring on the opening drive. Plus, receiver Jerron Brown and tight end Darren Fells made impressive plays. The negatives, the backups on defense couldn't hold the lead. And once again, the Cardinals had problems covering tight ends. Vikings' Kyle Rudolph caught 4 passes for 89 yards and 1 touchdown. I'm sure defensive coordinator Todd Bowles had plenty to say. Big Red gets back to practice on Monday and hosts the Bengals on Sunday. 2 preseason games, 49ers have been outscored 57-3, facing the Broncos. Peyton Manning to Julius Thomas for the touchdown. Peyton Manning had a splendid day, 12 of 14 for 102 yards. Former Sun Devil Brock Osweiler comes in and throws a deep ball as good as you'll see. 33 yards to Cody Latimer for a touchdown. 49ers get smoked 34-0. Campfire stories, team bonding, and soaking in the tradition. 3 vital factors that made up the Sun Devils' week of Camp Tonazona. Even though 19th-ranked ASU was limited on the last day because of a wet field, tremendous progress was made.
We've got a good football team coming out of here. It's been unbelievable. It's been the best camp that we've had. We've got a brotherhood coming down this hill, and we just got to make sure that we keep it together. And I like this football team. I'm really proud of their development to this point.
More football on the turf. Even though Arena Bowl 27 will be played in Cleveland, it still goes through Arizona. The 2-time defending champion Rattlers want to pop the bubbly again as they face the Gladiators in next Saturday's title game. Mark McClune breaks it down with Coach Kevin Guy.
LeBron, Johnny football, now the Arena Bowl in Cleveland. You're in the middle of the KFG, baby. I'm coming to town. Let's go.
Well, before he could come to Cleveland, we brought KFG inside CBS 5 studio. Your head coach of your Arizona Rattlers, Kevin Guy, ready for the Arena Bowl. Going for a three-peat. How exciting is this?
It's a lot of excitement right now in our organization. You know, the players worked hard all year. We're very excited about, you know, what they've been able to accomplish, and it's because of them where we are where we're at.
When you hear the words dynasty about the Arizona Rattlers, what goes through your head?
Well, I'm not sure if I even know what that is. You know, I hear that word kicked around a little bit in sports, but, you know, I just know that we're enjoying what we've been able to accomplish so far. And, you know, I've heard the word three-peat thrown around all year, and I haven't really let the guys talk about it because you can't really talk about it until you accomplish it. And after, you know, this coming Saturday, we'll see if we're there yet.
Nick Davila, an emotional season for him. Of course, he lost his father. The team really rallied around him. What's this year been like for Nick and coaching Nick?
Well, I think it starts with his offseason. I thought he did a great job of preparing himself for the season. He worked really hard in the offseason. Then it showed throughout the season, the numbers that he was putting up. And, you know, obviously he had some, you know, adversity with his dad passing away. And he's a strong human being. He was able to overcome it and still be able to reach his goals.
Cleveland is a team that you have not faced yet on the schedule, which is kind of surprising. It seems like you play most of the teams in arena football. So what do you know about them? What's the Arena Bowl going to be like next Saturday?
Their strength of their team is their quarterback and their secondary. And, you know, you never mention this position much, but their kicker, he's had a great year. You know, a opponent's going to be tough to beat.
So KFG is going to Cleveland and going to try to three-peat kickoff in the Arena Bowl is next Saturday at 5.
Thank you, Mark. Tony Stewart sitting out today's Pure Michigan 400. Jeff Burton ran in his place, finishing 37th. Lap 25, Danica Patrick spins out and takes a slew of cars with her, one of 8 cautions on the day. Kyle Larson had some issues as well, hits the wall and catches fire. Jeff Gordon is running so well, picks up his 3rd win of the season and takes over the points lead. The Hendrick Motorsports team is dominating. Of the 23 races, the Hendrick Motorsports team has won 9 of them.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Kevin Harvick, for the 4th straight race at Michigan, finishes 2nd. We're still sorting through the voluminous number of tweets you've sent in to decide on the kicker for tonight's show. Stick around to see what it's going to be.
Inside Edition's moving to a new home on CBS 5 starting September 9th.
Our Grid lights your lights, powers your AC, charges your phone, makes your morning coffee, and more. Our Grid pinpoints outages and helps us restore power in a hurry. Our Grid supports new energy sources like solar panels on a home and wind turbines. Our Grid ensures reliable power at the flip of a switch, the push of a button, or the click of a mouse. Our Grid is your grid. See how it works for you at srpgrid.com.
Who do you want on the Corporation Commission? Ethically challenged Vernon Parker? The SBA said Vernon Parker's company submitted false information. False information. Vernon Parker, an ethically challenged politician Arizona can't trust. Support real conservatives like Doug Little and Tom Faris. They'll fight to keep our power bills low. You have 2 votes, so support the conservatives. That's Little and Faris, or Faris and Little. Conservatives for Corporation Commission.
You in heaven, wrapped in luxury. You in action. You in motion. You in luck. Play in style. Talking Stick Resort, Scottsdale.
Win one of 8 Camaros or big cash and prizes with Ride on the Wild Side.
This election, we must defend our way of life and secure our border, but we must also defend the family and marriage. I am the only candidate for governor who stood up to the gay lobby and supported SB 1062, a bill that would have protected religious freedom and all Arizonans from frivolous gay rights lawsuits. We must stand up to liberal bullies. With marriage and moral values under attack, please join me in defending faith, family, and freedom.
The 2012 election saw a dramatic rise in the number of provisional ballots statewide. This year, please help by doing the following. If you vote by mail, get your ballot mailed before August 22nd. Vote it, sign it, seal it, send it. If you've already mailed your ballot, do not vote at your polling place. If you want to track your ballot or find your polling place, go to azsos.gov.
Hi, I'm State Election Director Christina Estes-Werther. Thank you for helping us address this problem. Go to azsos.gov for more information.
It's hard to know what's true. I grew up like you. I married an Air Force officer, the love of my life. I grew a billion-dollar Arizona company, made the internet safer for children. My commitment? Jobs, education, the border, you. No special interest paid for this ad. I did, with money I earned myself. It's my pledge to be nobody's governor but yours.
Republican Christine Jones for governor.
So towards the top of the show, I asked you to tweet in your vote for our kicker tonight. None of you tweeted me. 0. So I picked the kicker. Here it is, St. Louis, Missouri, Cardinals, Padres. Dad catches the foul ball, gives it to his son. Right-hand side of the screen, son says, "Bat." Throws the ball back onto the field, and everyone's like, "Don't." And here I am, a man on an island with no tweets. Have a great week.